Katie, what was your actual situation before we started working together? What was the main issues for you?
Um, I was having a really hard time losing weight. I had a lot of really bad mood problems. I had trouble sleeping. I had trouble with my IBS, a lot of gut problems, really bad joint problems. And then I found out that I had sleep apnea shortly after we started working together,
Mm-hmm.
which also contributed to my sleep problems. But also learning from you a proper diet has helped with that.
Okay. What kind of progress have you made since we started? What's changed for you? I mean, so there's weight loss, obviously we can talk about that, but yeah, the other aspects, gut health, the amount of medication you need to use, energy, I don't know. What do you think's been the biggest change for you?
Well, like I just said, I went from 35 down to like maybe 5 or 6 different medications. So that's a big change.
Mm,
I don't know if you can tell the difference between my mood. I mean, I'm not as lethargic. I'm not as, I don't know, snappish. But yeah, working with you has definitely helped with that, especially since after we first, like the month after we started working together, with me breaking my leg and all of that definitely made things really hard because I couldn't
mm-hmm,
exercise or anything like that. So I really had to focus just on the diet. But that's what you wanted us to focus on, anyways, because
mm-hmm.
exercise isn't everything.
And so despite you broke your leg, you're so limited, you did really well with your weight loss considering, didn't you?
I did. I lost, I think, 20 pounds, 9 ounces.
Cool. Great.
So,
So it's good to see you can do that through diet alone. And of course, um, exercise helps, yeah, but it's not, and is important for your health, obviously, but it's not a fundamental component that people start with it. That's the problem.
mhm,
It's a piece of the puzzle, but like when you make a puzzle, you start with the edges or the corners and you build that way. People are trying to
mhm.
they're using the wrong piece. They're starting it in the wrong direction, and that leaves you stuck. So you did well. What about your digestive health? Any changes there?
I've noticed that because with my diet now, if I eat something that's not part of my diet plan, like if I
Mm,
deviate from it, I eat something that I'm not used to now, my gut really acts up and it's like, what are you doing? This is not part of the plan. I am going to be very upset with you now. I'm going to put you through pain. So I go, okay, no, you guys can eat that. I will eat this. I'm fine with eating what I've got. Okay, I got this. I'm good with what I've got. I don't want to be
mm,
in pain. I've had enough pain for a while. So I've learned to listen to my body like you have taught me, and
mm-hmm.
not overeat, not to uh, eat the wrong types of food. I've learned what foods to eat and what foods not to eat, which is good because yeah, I don't like having upset stomach.
Right. And look, it's an ongoing process. The whole thing. I wish I could solve everything for you in 2 weeks, but it's behavior change, habits, mindset, right? And it does take some time, but when you start to get it right, you start to see it kind of snowballs, and everything starts to improve. All these different aspects you had issues with um, start to improve because everything kind of links to each other in a way with these
Hmm.
health aspects. Um, what do you what did you like about this approach or this kind of program compared to what you've tried previously? Had you tried anything previously?
I have tried like the Slim Fast diet. I have tried the Atkins diet. I have tried pretty much all the diets that you do on your own. What I liked
Mm,
about this one is that I could actually talk to someone face to face and be held accountable every week, basically. Because I could always talk to Beth, or if I couldn't
Mhm.
talk to Beth, there was you. I always had someone to talk to if something was going wrong, especially after I broke my leg. Because I was really emotional during that time because I was getting so frustrated with myself. And I felt so helpless and stuff because I couldn't cook my own meals. I felt helpless. I was mad at myself because I couldn't do anything.
For you, it was like, well, when get difficult or life throws you some curveballs, in your case, your leg, when it's tough, it is important to have someone to speak with, to keep you accountable, to help you get back on track and not feel like you're alone, which is a problem a lot of people do with the diets they try. They, well, as soon as it gets tough, because it will get tough, right? If it was
Hmm.
easy, then everyone would succeed, but it gets tough. And if you're on your own, then it's very easy to fall back um,
Into old
into old
habits.
ways. Yeah. Um, cool. All right. What last thing? What would you say to someone who's on the fence about like working with me or doing the program? They're just not sure if it's for them. What would you say?
Approach them as an actual person and say, hey, I was skeptical at first too, but I was struggling hard. And you heard me talking to my mom. Like, I had to convince her hardcore. I was like, you know how my health is. My health was bad, and I needed
Mhm.
it bad. So, and look at me now. I've lost a lot of weight. I'm down to 200 pounds, and I'm going to keep on losing that weight.
Yeah.
Hey, I've been through it for 6 months, and I've broken my leg, got sleep apnea and stuff. But I went from 35 different medications, some of them up to 4 times a day, down to 5 or 6 different medications, and lost 20 pounds. And my mood change is a lot better.
Mhm.
So listen to what he says. It's going to work as long as you listen. It's what
Mhm.
you got to do. Listen and follow what he says. Well, I may not be the greatest at tracking. I still listened and followed what he said and listened to my body like he told me to.
Cool.
That's all you got to do. Just listen to what he says and listen to your body.